Welcome to sunny Woodbridge. So we flicked the cameras on today because in the distance, which we'll go and talk about very soon, is a really special car, 4 years in the making. It's finished now. Molly is over there, so we thought we'd flick the cameras on today as like a little behind the scenes of a photo shoot, basically. But we're in Woodbridge, so we don't really talk about Woodbridge that much. This is where we're based. This is home to Bridge Classic Cars, and as you can see, for as far as you can see, is absolutely stunning. So over in the distance where the camera is looking now is Sutton Hoo, very famous Sutton Hoo, and I'm just trying to think of the name of the film that I only watched recently that's all about Sutton Hoo. One of us will figure it out.
The Dig.
The Dig, of course it is. The Dig.
Yeah.
So the Dig is based over there. And then just behind us now is the Tide Mill building, which is a very famous building in Woodbridge. It's absolutely beautiful when you think about where we are and the fact that the sun is shining now, and this is sort of on our doorstep. So that is Tide Mill. If you watched the Michael Portillo British Train Journeys that was aired last week, there was a good 10 minutes or so of him having a chat with the scouts. So the scout hut is literally just behind you, and he was standing on that veranda there, chatting to the scout leader, and then he went across the water on the raft. So we're in exactly the same place as where he was filming. Apparently it was a couple of years ago, but it was out on TV last week. So yes, we're in the same spot as where he was. So in the distance, and the reason why we're here, is our very special car. We've been talking about it recently. We're going to be talking about it a heck of a lot more soon. So this car is our 1905 Riley 9 horsepower. We bought it 4 years ago, and the story is so we're led to believe that back many years ago they built 4 walls. Whether this is true or not, we don't know. They built 4 walls in the middle of a field, a building with no doors, no windows, and someone took it down fairly recently, not too recently, and inside was a car, or what looked like a car. When we bought it 4 years ago, it was, as far as you could see, just bits on the floor. There was things that resembled wheels, there was arches, there was bits that sort of made up the car, and we had an abundance of paperwork all to do with this 1905 car, which is the Riley 9. We've built it over 4 years. We've had lots of experts help us with this. This is a very special car because this is the prototype, one of 3 made, which at the time we just assumed it was 3 identical cars. It then turns out that this is ever so slightly longer than the other 2. The other 2, there is one overseas at the moment, and the other one is in Gaydon Museum. So we've spent quite a lot of time with Gaydon, learning everything about their car, taking thousands of pictures so we can build this. We actually worked out the other day that probably 80–90% of this car that you're about to see is original. So we'll head over because Molly's having a photo shoot with it today. So yeah, we've tried to build and keep as much of it as possible. So a lot of the woodwork, we've had some expert, Darren, he's Ashbocking Joinery. He's worked alongside us, and he's basically created out of the existing wood the body panels for this car. So as much of this car as you see is actually original. We've had specialists in to help us with paintwork, but Steve, who's one of our technicians, has been a huge part of this build. All of our technicians are, and we were so proud. Yesterday was the first time that we took it out for a drive. Steve has been a monumental part of this build, but every single technician has been involved in one way or another to create what you see now. So the reason why we're here is the car will be for sale. So we've come today to take some beautiful photos in a beautiful setting to market the car. We're not really sure what we're going to do with it yet, whether it will go to auction, whether we'll retail it ourselves. We're not in a mad rush to sell it. It's got to go to the right person. And it's one of these cars that it's one of one. So it's so difficult to value, and we've been scratching our head. I mean, if you look at how much it's cost us to build, it's crazy. But it isn't about that. It's the fact that I think, well, it's 119 years old, this car. Rob's behind the camera. Do you remember when it was last run up? Probably 80 years ago, we think, don't we?
It's at least 70 years ago. It was definitely put away before the war, and it's stayed away ever since. So
it's a really special time for us and for everybody. I mean, even here today, beautiful boats around here, as you can see, and a lot of the boat owners have come out to see us today and to speak to Molly and to have a look at the car and just see how special it actually is. All right.
Hello.
So Nick is on camera at the moment. Taking some photos. You've just finished, haven't you?
Yes, so we've just done some filming and some photos as well. It's such a beautiful day for it.
I know, it's lovely, isn't it?
It is so wonderful here today. So yeah, what I've done is I've gone for a kind of 20s outfit because the car is actually 1905, so it's more Edwardian Victorian-y.
I did wonder what you were gonna.
Yeah, but I thought,
in.
well, I don't actually have like a full.
But the fact
Victorian
that she has
outfit.
that in her wardrobe, and what did we ask her 2 days ago? I think if she wanted to come along. And then that's happened, and you think, wow.
What can I say? I know the assignment and I go for it.
So yesterday we were shown a photo of this. Have you seen the photo of this car yet from 1917, 1916, 1917?
No, the actual car?
The actual car.
No.
We've got a photo now of two gentlemen. We don't know the story of them, and they're in our exact car with our exact number plate.
We've even matched it up to the dent on the bottom of the radiator.
Yes, so we've matched it up to the dent on the bottom of the radiator,
Oh
being
my
there
word.
in 1916, 1917.
That's incredible. Well, the incredibleness, I'm not sure if that's a word, but I just find it so incredible how we've found that radiator.
Yes.
When we originally got it and it was in pieces, it didn't have the radiator.
Well, check out that, because that was the thing. When we took the car on, we were told that the car was 100% complete, and then we signed on the dotted line to accept the car, and it was like, oh, just one thing, the radiator's missing. And we've told this story a million times before, but I'll tell you again. Yeah, the radiator's missing, so we thought, oh, okay, let's try and get one replicated. 16 grand it was going to cost to get one replicated, but that was what we had to do. And then it was the day we were breaking up for Christmas a few years ago. A lady phoned up and she worked for an auction house. She said, I believe I've got your radiator. And we were like, well, why do you think it's ours? And she'd been following the project on the website, and sure enough it was, for the simple reason that the other two that were ever made are attached to the car, because the other two cars are in existence still. So we went down and had a look at it, got the radiator back, and the nice thing, like Nick said about that photo, is it shows the dent that we've got on this one, on that one, so it does kind of prove that it was the original radiator from the car.
Definitely, and it's just so amazing that the lady got in contact with us, because otherwise it could be something like a lamp or being used to make a coffee table or something like that, because that's what a lot of people do with kind of old car parts now at the moment, isn't it? Kind of
so
that kind
it's
of
slightly
rustic.
different to the photo. These are slightly different, but they're obviously not original with the car anyway. It just, on the photo of the car, it kind of looks, I don't know if you agree, it looks slightly simpler than our one. But it could just be because it's a vintage photo.
And I think as well as we were having a discussion about what the colour was.
Yeah, it looks light on there as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, but from a photography standpoint, is if I've got a highlight coming from there, it will blow the side out and make it look like the car was like white.
That's what it looked.
Like that.
Yeah,
but it's a sepia photo, so it's slightly orangey yellow.
Yeah.
So it's hard to tell.
So it's really hard to tell. But the other cool thing about this car is the interior.
Oh gosh, it's
considering
gorgeous.
that was remade by Lydia, our trimmer.
Yeah.
From shreds of the original.
Yeah.
And no reference photos.
So we have the original in a frame. We've got the original hood. We've kept that and put that in a frame. So yeah, let's face it, this car will one day go to a new home. That's the reason why we're here today, is to advertise the car. So if you're watching this and you're interested in knowing more about the car with regards to purchasing it, that's not the reason why we've come on today, but it comes with loads of paperwork. It comes with a beautiful framed piece with the original seat in it, and another one with the original hood. We took it to NEC. That was the first time kind of we showed it off. We wasn't even running at that point, but like I say, as of yesterday or the day before, we had the car running. Which was incredible.
The video of that is now live on YouTube as well.
Video that's live on YouTube. There you go.
There you go. So go and check it out, everyone. But no, it's been a very special day for me. I don't normally get to wear kind of like 20s outfits, because the cars are more 70s, kind of 60s vibes that we get in, isn't it? So it's really fun to do something so completely different in such a gorgeous backdrop on our doorstep as well.
Stunning. Yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
I think the other cool thing as well is as opposed to quite a lot of the other restoration projects and stuff that we've done, is this has involved every single part of Bridge Classic Cars.
Yes.
So even from us guys in the media team and stuff, so I remember Freddie going up and photographing the other really early Rileys that are up in the National Motor Museum in Gaydon and stuff. And then when this came in, you know, I got in and started cataloguing all the parts and stuff on photo.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that kind of thing. So it's like, it's been a journey for all of us, and it's actually slightly special and a bit emotional to actually see it in the flesh now.
Yeah.
So today's the final day, really, a photo shoot, and then it can go away and be enjoyed.
Yeah.
So we'll see you soon.